Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi video. This is Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, today we're going to be using the fantastic Divi Supreme modules to add a pop-up audio player to our site. If you've got a band site or anything like that, this will be really useful for you. I've got a little button here. When I click on it, it's going to pop up a little audio player. Like I say, that's great if you've got a band or a little tune you need to showcase. And it's really easy to do. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is enable the Visual Builder. While the builder's loading, I'm going to go to our dashboard. We're using Divi Supreme Pro today, and you're going to need to make sure these switches are on. So go down to Divi Supreme Pro. We're on the general settings. You want to make sure you've got Enable Divi Pop-Up switched to on, so it's purple like that. If you don't do this, this will not work today. So once that's on, hit your save changes and we're good to go. But that is a really important step, so don't skip that one. Okay, now our builder's loaded. Let's just get rid of this button that I've got here. And let's start again. So we'll add a new button. And listen now, whatever it is you want to put in on your button. Don't have to put a link in because we're going to make it trigger in a minute a pop-up. Alignment wise, let's put it in the middle. Text, don't need to change anything there. So let's go to the button itself. I'm going to use custom styles. Now I've copied my color right here, so I'm just going to paste that in there. Text color is fine. Background color, just right click and paste my title text color in there. I'll do the same for the border. And let's have it turn blue on hover. Hover over the where it says button border color, hit the arrow, and you can set your hover color here too. And let's do the same for the actual background. Hover over, hover color, little arrow, hover, let's make that blue. There we go. And put it back on desktop. Okay, that's pretty much all we want to do. In a little while we're going to come back and we're going to go to our visibility and make it into a pop-up. Now this switch is only here because we enabled this button. If we hadn't enabled this button, that would not appear. So let's just save this for the time being and create our audio player. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to add a new module. And I'm going to use audio. There we go. And there it is, it puts something in there for us. Put in whatever title you want. By the band, whatever the band's called, or and from the album, whatever you like. And as you can see, that's put in there, but there's no actual audio in there. There's no play button or anything because we haven't actually assigned it an MP3 file yet. So to do that, let's go down to our audio. Let's upload an audio file. I've simply got an MP3 that I'm going to drag up here. Left click, drag, release your left button. There it is. Now we've assigned a track to it, you've got a little play thing there. Okay. You can add a little image if you want to. I'm just going to go ahead and add a background. Now I'll leave the background color, let's make the background color purple and add an image too. We'll go over to image here, we've got color, gradient, image and video. I'm just going to use the same image that I used above there, which is great. Now I want to roll down a bit because I'm going to blend that purple background color with our actual image here. So you've got all kind of blend features here and you can get some great effects with them. I'm going to go down to, let's try saturation. Alright, let's try hue. That's okay, but I like that one better. Great. So all we need to do is go to our design now. We don't want to change anything on the image. Text is fine as it is. Title text, we can sort of make that a little bit bigger. Let's make it capital. It's fine in the middle there. Let's make it bold or semi-bold. Let's make it bold. There we go. Make it a bit bigger. And same with our caption text below. Again, let's make that semi-bold and just make it a little bit bigger. Obviously you can change the color, do what you want with it. Okay, let's move on down and give it a little bit of text shadow. In this case it will work pretty well. A lot of times it makes things look a bit blurry, but when it's on a background like this, it helps it to stand out just a little bit. I put some on the title there too. Okay, spacing, I'm just going to add a bit of padding. Let's give it 60 top and bottom, make it just a little bit bigger. Top and bottom, just hit the chain, it'll do the opposite for you. Let's put a bit of a border on. Well, let's round off the corners a bit. Let's say 15 pixels. As you can see, that's rounded them off. If you've got the chain link highlighted there, it'll do all four at once. Now borders, we can do all four at once, top, right, bottom or left. Let's put a bit on the top and the bottom. So I got the top there, let's say 3 pixels. There we go, and let's do similar for the bottom as well. Great. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's got everything that I need for our little player. So we'll save that. What we need to do now is save it to our library so we can use it as a pop-up. So let's go hover over the module and go over to this little round icon just to the left of the trash can there. Left click, save to library, give it a name. Whatever you want to call it. Save it to the library. Now that it's saved to the library, we can get rid of it because we don't want it to appear there all the time. We just want it to pop up when they click on this button. So let's trash that. All I'm going to do now is save and refresh the page so it can reread the library and we can assign it to this button. Now it's saved, I can refresh. Great, let's go into our button. Let's go to our Advanced tab and down to Visibility. Roll down a bit, Use Pop-up. Switch this one to On. Now what we want to pop out is a layout, and we just saved that layout. Now we've got to find that layout in our Divi library. Had I not refreshed the page, you would not see it here. There it is at the bottom, Audio Player. There we go. Now we want it to trigger on module click or button click. As this module is a button, you can use either of those right there. So you got module click or you got button click. Either of those will do in this case. Close pop-up trigger outside the pop-up, that's fine. Don't want to use auto close, that'll close it after a period of time that you set. Let's have it bounce in or something. And we'll have it bounce out right. There we go. When you close it, it'll bounce out to the right. When you open it, it'll sort of bounce in. Pop-up position center, I want it in the center of our screen. I want it absolute, so if they're scrolling or anything, it'll stay right in the middle of their screen. Don't need to use it full width because it's only a small audio player. And the max width there works fine for me. You can change that default if you want to. Now we want to show an overlay. That means when it pops up, the background here or the site here will have a color overlay which will sort of darken it down a bit, put it in the background if you will, give it some shadow. We'll use a close button. We'll have the button inside, it's fine. The icon that it uses is the default X, which is pretty standard. There's the size of it if you want to change it. I'm not going to change it. The actual close button icon color, let's paste that blue that we had in there. There we go. And I think we're pretty much done. So let's save this. Save our page changes again. Now we can exit the Visual Builder and see what we've got. Let's click that Listen Now button and see what happens. And there's our little player bounced in. Make sure it's going to work. Yep, that's working absolutely fine. And there's that little X button that we coloured blue there. You can either click outside here and it'll get rid of it, or you can click on the close button and off it goes. So there you have it. There's how to add a little pop-up audio player to your website using the fantastic Divi Supreme Modules plugin for Divi there. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please ring the bell, give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.